Just let everybody come in. Oh, I signed in as LAP Productions there. Oh, well. It's all good, I guess.
I'm like, that's nice. Who's saying Happy Tuesday?
Yeah. It was me.
Good thing I'm pretty.
Right?
Oops.
Oh, well. It's all good.
Well, this is going to be our last show for a few weeks, right?
Yeah. Yep. I am going to be out of commission.
Yeah.
So,
although
we
could do research while you're all hopped up on pain meds. That may be interesting.
There's no telling what would happen at that point. That would be funny. I'm trying to share this over to your page. And I can't even find it now. There it is.
You got it?
Maybe. It's not sharing. Share. Share my friend's timeline. Oh, they changed it. There we go. I was getting kind of worried there for a second.
And you're the brains of the operation. I don't know how to do any of that stuff.
It's actually the StreamYard that we're using is a lot easier. I was just having trouble with Facebook. StreamYard's a lot easier than what it was before.
Okay.
So I got my surgery clearance to have my surgery Friday, which I'm
so happy for you.
About. I'll be miserable for a while, but it'll be worth it. It'll be so worth it. And you know what I think the first thing I want to do? Have you seen those on Facebook? The lady, she's got real long black hair and she does like the dance exercise. She always wears like funky pants and stuff. I just love her stuff. And I think I want to try doing that. When I
dance exercise.
Yeah. When I get to work, that's what I think I want to do.
I keep saying I'm going to start walking, but cake just is such a good substitute to walking.
It is. It's a lot better for you, I'm sure.
I think so.
Yeah, they actually gave me, because normally when you have surgery, you're not allowed to have anything to eat or drink 8 hours before. And they gave me this. It's like an Ensure drink that you get to. You drink one of them the night before and one of them 2 hours before surgery, and you don't get sick or anything. I was like, oh, that's pretty good because I always get sick. Hi, Michelle.
Sorry, I have people texting that they can't find the show, so I'm like trying to direct them. They're on my page, your page.
Yeah, I just posted it to your page.
LEP, right?
LEP is YouTube page.
YouTube. Okay.
LEP YouTube. I don't think I can do LEP. No, I couldn't do it now anyway. Nope, I couldn't do it now anyway if I wanted to. Not that I don't want to, but I just couldn't do it. I think
people know where to find us.
Yeah.
As long as it's on my page and your page, it should be fine.
Yeah, I would think so.
I would think. Mm-hmm.
And Jax will share it over to PO3.
Usually her or Margie does, yeah. So We've had a lot going on that page in the last week or so.
You have. I really like it.
It's been, it's funny. We were doing a live last Saturday night at a residential location on Texas Road, Texas Road is known in my area for a lot of urban legends.
Oh, okay.
So we did a residential on Texas Road, and it was funny because at one point Jack saw somebody standing the tree in the back where we were at because we were in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, the person that was just standing beside the tree,
Hi,
can you
Jamie.
come through the box and say your name? And so the name Walter came through the box.
Mm-hmm.
And what she didn't know was that the memorial tree that she saw this man standing beside was a memorial tree for him, and his name was Walter.
And how did you know that?
Because it was my grandfather.
Now, is this the grandpa that I see?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been around a lot lately.
That is really neat, though.
So it was really cool. It was really, really cool. So that's how I know that the box kind of works, right?
Right. Right.
So,
Jax is a
and
genius.
we were looking. What's that?
I said Jax is a genius.
Oh, what she's accomplished in the last week and a half blows my mind.
She
Between
really
the portal box and the yeah, she's very tech savvy. She loves to experiment with stuff. So we're going to bring all of her kind of experiments out with us this Saturday when we investigate.
Good.
So
Good deal. Yeah, we were at Rhodes Hotel
yeah.
with Paranormal this weekend. And it was funny because Jamie, and I hope you don't mind me saying this, Jamie, he got his dad to come through on the spirit box that we were
Oh,
using.
wonderful.
So that was really that was cool. That had just happened out there. It was really good to see everybody and to get to talk to Mike. We haven't seen Mike except for like events. I think the last time we saw him was at Ash Bash.
Oh, wow.
And yeah,
I thought you guys were going there in September
we are.
for some reason. Okay.
We went with Abnormal Paranormal, and then they're coming with us in September 12th.
Oh,
It'll
okay.
be a real treat because that's just 2 weeks after my surgery.
Oof.
So we'll see how I'm feeling.
Yeah, you might need to wheelchair it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can't wheelchair it over there. It's a
Oh, you
two.
can't?
It's a 2-story. I would just be sitting there, but they did put like a what do you call them? Like it was a small couch there, like
Mm-hmm.
a I don't know, it's an older type
Like
of
a
couch.
study?
Yeah, kind of like that. And I thought,
Okay.
okay, if I turn that to where the back is the side is to the wall, I
Mm-hmm.
can lean against that and still put my leg up if I
Oh,
needed to.
there you go.
So I was trying to work that out in my mind because I really want to go, but I don't want to be miserable either.
Yeah, that's right. That's
So
right.
Jamie says it was awesome. It was a
I
lot
miss
of fun.
Jamie and Camille.
I know.
I bet you it was good to see them.
Yes, it was.
It's funny how the things you take for granted, right? Like going to something as simple as going to events and seeing everybody.
It's funny you take for granted going to a haunted location. Who would
Mm-hmm.
have ever thought? You know.
Mm-hmm.
And then people, like where I work, people look at you like You do what? Really? I'm the weird one. So, oh,
Well,
sorry.
and you look at someone like Jonathan's driving 9 hours to come to Amherstburg on
Oh, is he
Friday.
driving?
He's driving down. Yeah.
For some reason, I
So
thought
he's
he was
driving.
flying.
Nope. No,
Okay.
it's so expensive to fly in Canada. So he's driving. It's 9 hours to drive down. He's going to be here Friday. Saturday, we're driving 2 hours to location and 2 hours home, same day. And then on Sunday, he's driving back to Montreal. So can you imagine? Yeah, I'm driving 11 hours there. Like, pretty well, he's going to be driving 22 hours over the course of like 3, 4 days to sit outside and talk to himself in the dark.
If you think about it, we're all wrong in the head.
We are, but it's a adrenaline rush, right? Like, you wait. It's like fishing. You wait all night for that one good catch. And I mean, for you and I, it's different because we catch something every time we go out because we can
Right.
communicate with spirit. But
We're fortunate.
yeah.
And I don't know about you, but unless somebody asks me or unless like we're filming,
Mm-hmm.
I try not to say anything
Yeah, me too.
and let them investigate unless I can see like that they're really agitating somebody or
I,
upsetting them or something.
I ask first when we're investigating, would you like me to read? Because if people would prefer that I not read, I'm good with just investigating.
Right, right,
I've done it for years. And I've worked with some psychics that have said, oh, I don't know how you do it. Just shut it, like how you can just shut it off. And I said, well, it's not a matter of shutting it off, it's a matter of shutting up.
right,
There's a difference. You can shut it off if you want, but you don't have to. It's not the end of the world if you don't tell people what you're getting. It's
right,
not a big deal.
right.
Like,
It's hard for me sometimes um to not do it, especially if I'm in a location and a lot of stuff starts coming through.
yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And then I always just envision a light switch, and I'm like, nope, lights off.
Hmm.
I'm not doing this.
And
So
that
that's
actually,
I do it.
you gave that advice to a good friend of mine that was really struggling
Oh,
with
really?
her gifts. And it's worked like, and she says that all the time. Teresa told me it's like a light switch, like a
That's how
dimmer
I.
switch.
I'm
Hmm.
glad it works for her.
Yeah, it did. And I
Okay.
tried working with her for a year and nothing worked until you said that to her. And for some reason, that just clicked. Yep.
Well, and
It was
I think
awesome.
that comes from um, in my job. I train,
Mhm.
and sometimes I'm one of the trainers. Put it that way. But sometimes when you're trying to teach somebody something, you just have to take a step back and it's like, okay, how can I reword this
Mhm.
so that they understand what I'm saying? You know, and some people don't have that ability to be able to do that. They don't, or they don't have the patience.
Mhm.
So, but I'm fortunate that I can do that, and then I can let it carry over, onto what I do in my personal life as far as paranormal.
Right.
Because let's face it, we don't have personal lives. We have paranormal and we have work.
Yeah. Truthfully.
Right? So,
Like, we were sitting at my kitchen table a couple weeks ago, myself and two of my girlfriends, and the one friend looked and said, I just saw a pair of legs run up your stairs. And I said, yep. Well, Is anybody else in the house? No. And you couldn't hear anybody go up the stairs. It clearly was spirit. But they looked at me like I was nuts because I was just like, yeah, and yeah. My house
Yeah.
is always full of spirit.
Fun.
Jax developed an SLS camera in the last week. She put one together and
Amazing.
I'm stoked. And we were trying it out in my kitchen, and sure enough, she says, there's something beside you in the kitchen. And something was showing up on the SLS beside me, and it was moving, and it wasn't. We used the infrared, so you could see if it was mapping out something else, like
Mm-hmm.
a chair or something, and it wasn't. There was nothing beside me, and it looked like it was doing something, stirring something on the stove.
Well, and sometimes with the SLS, and this is something that we discovered by using ours for LEP, is that it'll try to map something out if it's in a doorway,
Mm-hmm.
a hot water heater. That tags almost immediately that it's something
Yep.
there. The guys when we were at Hell's Bar were working with it and trying to see if reflection off of the water would cause a different.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
there are a lot of variables that you have to take into consideration. Hey, Margie.
Yep.
And a lot of people they get this piece of equipment, they plug it in, stick a battery in it, and try to use it without knowing.
Yeah.
And I'm bad for that. I'm bad for it. I rely on Jay to do all the tech stuff. When we get new cell phones, I'll wait until he reads the manual, and then I'll
Ha.
tell me what I need to do to work my phone.
Yep.
Because I just can't. I cannot sit down, and I cannot sit down and read a manual.
Yeah.
I can read a book, and he's the exact opposite. He can't sit down and read a book, but he can read the manual. And it's like, what is wrong
Strange.
with that? Yeah, it's really, really weird. Um, that we can see
Hey,
things differently like
hey, I
that.
just realized
You just realized what?
it's Tina D and Jay.
Oh, sorry. Did
What
you
was
guys hear
that?
that? Did you hear it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It was somebody, it says somebody was commenting on my video, and I was like, oh, I'm not seeing it. So I popped over here to look, and somebody was commenting on last week's show.
Oh, funny.
And because I was like, oh, what are they? Is it not coming through? What's going on? And it's last week's show.
Oh. Yeah, for anybody tuning in, we're going to do live readings tonight. No one's asked any questions yet, so we're just kind of filling time till we
Yeah,
get some questions coming through.
wrong.
Huh?
We're doing readings tonight, Margie.
Yeah. So what's the
You would
topic?
know by what we've been talking about, but
Yeah. So
when are
anyway,
we
I don't know if what's that?
when are we due for a full moon? Do you know?
What do we do for full moon?
When are we due?
Oh,
When is
we
the
just had one. We just had
okay?
one last week.
Oh,
It was
that's right.
hell.
That's right.
I was very emotional.
After another 3 weeks. Okay. You poor Jay. When I go down with the surgery, he's gonna be miserable because the pain meds make me kind of wonky, and and then if they put me on steroids again, heaven help him, because I will cry watching the McDonald's commercial. Margie's
Anything for Margie.
anything for Margie.
Margie, you need to get your cards out again, is what I'm getting.
I'm getting it that there's going to be a change, like a job change for some a job change.
A job change
Uh huh.
for Margie?
I don't know if it's necessarily for Margie.
Okay.
I'm thinking it might be Rob.
Well, that's good.
Honestly, I'm thinking it might be Rob. And I just had the weirdest, and I know this is just me picturing stuff, but I literally saw Margie sitting in the dirt in her backyard, and like and it's at night under the moon, and digging, like just playing and digging in the dirt, but it's at nighttime.
Mm,
That's so
that's
fun.
funny. Make a moon garden, Margie.
Yeah, yeah. Margie says she doesn't like what the cards say, so they're not talking.
I saw that. I'm like, you know what?
That doesn't mean you don't. It's not going to happen, or it's not going to. It
I
just means
just, yeah, that's, you asked what I got. That's what I got. That you need to
right.
get your cards back out. That's, I had somebody that messaged me after our last, shh. Boy, you're a real comedian tonight, Margie.
Right.
We, after we did our last show of reading, so not last Tuesday, but the Tuesday before, I
Mhm.
had a couple people message me after the show, as did you. And one person that messaged me, I kind of gave her the message that came through, and she kept saying, "No, no, 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 no,
Mm.
not true, no, not possible, no." So I said, "Okay, listen, I'm gonna just be very frank about this. This is what's come through as a message. Take it or leave it. I don't care what you do with it. You wanted a message, that's your message. There you go." And I let it go.
I did
And
my job.
I did my job. I can't give you messages that you want to hear. I can't tell you lottery numbers. I'm not a telephone. I cannot tune in and call your grandmother anytime you want. Like, it's just, there's certain things that we can't do. And you and I are both very honest when we do readings, whether it's good or bad. We give the message. That's it.
Yeah.
And, you know,
we I had a hard time when I first started, and I think we've talked about this a couple of times, with what if I'm wrong?
mhm,
What if I tell somebody something and I'm wrong? I got to thinking about that more the other day, because because right now, as of right now,
mhm,
if I get in my car and go down the road, I'm gonna hit a cat or hit a dog. But
mhm.
things can change. Hunter can holler at me and tell me that he wants me to get something from the store. So I stop a few minutes and talk to him. Then you've changed things.
Yes.
So things are always up for change.
Mhm,
Just because somebody tells you something doesn't mean that it is definitely going to happen. They can, we can tell you what we see at this time,
mhm.
but as far as what it is coming up, it not necessarily. You have the power to change that if you want.
That's right. That's right.
So, and I firmly believe that. Hi, Chantel.
It just means the path that you're on right now, that's what's coming for you for the path that you're on right now.
Right.
I apologize. I've got really bad indigestion, so my facial expressions are going to be interesting for the next half an hour.
That's okay. I'm not catching it, so.
Thank God.
For anybody that doesn't know, and it sounds really, really weird, Tina can get indigestion. I can talk to her, be around her. I start burping, and then she feels better.
It's glorious.
It's really weird.
You're like my own personal bag of Tums.
Right?
Mhm.
When we're investigating, I'll pick up on her indigestion, or if I start belching, that usually means that there's something negative around. And now if I burp, I have to say that was me, or no, that's not it. That's for coming from Tina. I have to differentiate now when I'm investigating.
Which is funny because my indigestion makes me cough as well,
Hmm.
as does if I'm around something negative or crabby, right?
Yeah,
I
I
cough.
consider crabby negative.
Yeah.
I'm not. I've been fortunate that I haven't run into anything with the D word.
Hmm.
I'm what we ran into at Old South Pit was questionable. Not Old South Pit, Hell's Bar. That's twice tonight I've said Old South Pit
I want to go back.
instead of Hell's Bar. We may have to make a trip.
I would honestly, and I know I said I didn't ever want to go back, but I would actually like to make a weekend of Old South Pittsburgh one night and Halesbar the next.
Oh
Oh, can you imagine? Oh
no,
my God.
no. We'd be passed out on the drive home
Hmm.
next day.
But you know what? Those are two places that I've had the best experiences.
That's true. That's true.
Mhm.
The most experiences.
Yes. Yeah.
I'll say I can say the most. I don't necessarily want to say it was good experiences, but it was the most
It was the
experience.
most we've experienced. I
Yeah.
would actually really like to bring Margie in the chat like bring Margie on line one night and have her kind of recap what she experienced
Okay.
at Hale's Bar and kind of because she saw what you and I both went through.
She says, no, not the
Not
dam.
the dam,
Hi, Bob.
but um, like Margie was there both nights that you and I had experiences at the dam.
Yeah.
So, and Margie was there at Old South Pittsburgh with us as well.
Oh, that's true. She was.
So we've told the stories. I'd like to hear it from someone else's perspective
Yeah.
because there's a lot that I don't remember.
And you know what? Maybe one night, all hell broke loose. Maybe one night when I'm off, um, I can, even if I start it up, I can still go somewhere and sit down and come back and shut it down. If you and Margie
Oh,
just want to do it,
well, yeah,
I,
if she's
I
up
could.
for it, do that.
Bob said the dam was awesome.
Yeah, he had a really good time,
Yeah.
even though I nearly killed him. He had a really good time.
That was the drive back, right?
When we drove back the night it was storming, yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
fun, Chantel. She said
We
she'd like
yeah.
vacation. I need to come up north. But right now, I haven't even tried to
We
get my
still
passport.
crying.
It's not. Yes, Bob, we're still crying.
Unbelievable.
I I haven't even got to. I'm not even going to try to get my passport yet.
Mine's expired. Right now, I can't cross the border even if I could.
Yeah.
My passport's expired and my enhanced driver's license is expired, both of them.
Ah.
And until they open up the offices, I can't get new ones. So I'm stuck in Canada.
And I guess that's part of the. I mean, that's a good way of keeping people where they're supposed to stay. I reckon.
Mhm.
Margie said she's up for it.
There you go.
So even like maybe in 2 weeks or so, I can I can maybe come in here and start it up and put
Okay.
you and Margie, and I'll have a screen, but mine will be blank. And then when it's it's time to shut it down, and it doesn't have to be a Tuesday night if you
Well,
guys
it's
don't.
all in how you're feeling too, right? Like if you're not feeling up to it, we we don't have to. Sorry.
We'll set it up.
Now I'm
Let
going to start with hiccups.
me let me probably get like maybe 2 weeks in,
Hmm.
and then I should start doing better. The first 2 weeks is pretty rough.
If anybody in the chat has any questions for us too, please feel free. We were going to do readings tonight and nobody's really asked a whole lot of questions, so we're not doing any readings right now. We're just kind of chatting. Or if you have a topic you want us to talk about.
Yeah, Chantel says hers is expired too.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. I can apply for it online, but I'm nervous, so
About what? Applying online?
hmm
Why?
I'm just afraid I'm going to screw something up.
Oh,
And you have to send your passport in when you apply for the. So I'm like, if I screw it up and I send it in, then I have nothing.
Bob, you're too funny.
Bob asking me if I'm okay.
He's got a blank one up above that.
Oh, Jesus. Facebook wouldn't let me listen. Poor Mama D.
Oh, I'm sorry. Chantel.
I've got like all these things bouncing around in my head right now, and I'm
Well, that's
trying to
what I'm
slow it.
trying to like. You can see me. I'm going.
Bink, 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 bink. I'm trying to slow it down so I can pick something. All I keep seeing is your hands upright like this and light, like big balls of light in your hands. Like there's an abundance of something coming. I think that's what I'm trying to interpret what that means. That's what I'm thinking.
Now, Chantel, are you a healer? Do you do Reiki? I think you need to do it more if you haven't really been doing it very much. Oh, Margie says there's a big delay tonight. I wonder why.
I don't know. Do we look like one of those bad movies?
Mom just said
those,
healer.
those Chinese movies?
Yes, I'd like to. Mama, do you crash?
No, never. I have
No.
a visit planned to go finally meet my friend.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so excited. So excited. In about a month.
She says Facebook is an come to YouTube.
Yeah, that's funny. I typed this 3 minutes ago, she says.
Wow.
That's bad.
Now, see, I haven't. Chantel says she's been doing a lot of healing during COVID. I haven't.
Me neither.
I've been actually staying away. Um,
I've been doing a lot of readings. I've
have you?
not been doing a lot of Reiki.
Yeah, I haven't. I worked some on my son, but I haven't really done anything.
Mama D, I'm gonna message you after the show. Says daughter already said I can stay with her. I'm like, oh, yes.
So are you going up there?
Myself and Jax
Okay.
are going to Montreal in a couple weeks.
Uh-huh.
So we're gonna see our little cupcake there, Jonathan, and he's gonna take us to old Montreal, and we're gonna do some church tours. And there's a old cemetery that Jax wants to go see, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna see Mama D while we're up there as well. So we're just kind of finalizing dates and times, and
I'm
yeah.
jealous.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. I'm so over the moon excited to go because I love Montreal so much. But
You've said it a couple times when we've talked.
yeah, it's I love it. I love the city, but it's meeting Mama D is going to be so special. I'm going to be in tears. I guarantee I'll be in tears
Oh, I'm
because I'm
sure.
just so excited.
Says you're gonna have a blast. Okay. Chelsea and Dawn.
Dawn, whatever project you're working on, I've got full speed ahead for you because it's horses like running really, really, really fast. I want to say it's something with career. You're working on something toward your career.
And see with Chelsea, I've got I saw wedding rings, but I can't tell how far in the future it is. But I saw
Hmm.
two rings locked. Um, but I don't know how far in the future. Career. Dawn says remote learning with the kids.
Remote learning with the kids.
Like online schooling, maybe.
Dawn, are you doing the schooling or are you teaching the kids? Because I get that this is something very specifically for you.
Like her learning to do
Like I've
something or
got that she's in school working towards, okay,
working towards something.
working towards something. There you go. Okay, perfect.
Chantel says she's got a lot of light around her, a lot of downloads and upgrades. She's teaching her second grader.
Oh, that's not easy. I did that last year with my son. He was in the 5th grade. And it was like pulling teeth. I'm glad he starts back to school soon.
You know, I saw something not long after COVID started, probably about a month in after the schools were all canceled,
Mhm.
and it says, I would like to say something to my kid's teacher. You know, I respect what you do, but you're a liar. My child is not a pleasure to be around. They are not a joy in class. And I thought it was so funny. I can't even imagine having my son home and trying to homeschool him like that.
Oh,
I
it was
can't.
a disaster. I give so much credit to people that homeschool their children. Disaster. Hmm.
Mm-mm. I'm glad he's 21.
Oh, her son's a senior this year.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot. So she's got a senior and she's got a second grader at home.
I would be totally gray. I can't even imagine. Imagine when Hunter was probably like 10, Jay asked if I wanted to adopt another one, and I asked him if he was out of his damn mind. Hunter was a
When Hunter
horrible,
was 10, maybe
yeah,
when he's like 3.
yeah. Well, Hunter was a horrible baby in the aspect in the way of he was like up every 2 to 3 hours until he was 4 years old
Oh my
because
God.
he got his tonsils and adenoids out, and then
Hmm.
he started sleeping. But that was a lot of broken sleep.
Yeah.
And of course, when they're babies, they don't cry out usually for daddy. It's always mom, 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 mom. I'd say, Jay, you go get him. He says he's not calling for me. Well, you jerk.
Dawn says I am gray. Ask my sister Margie.
Oh gosh. Oh, so Dawn and Margie are your sisters?
Uh, I I think sister-in-law must be by the last name.
Yeah, that's funny.
I
That is too funny. I couldn't handle that.
Nope.
I've seen a lot of
Excuse me. This
parents
oh,
that absolutely rejoicing when school started back up. Or
somebody needs to plug themselves in. Holy smoke.
do what?
Somebody needs to plug in, like recharge. I feel like somebody just sucked the life out of me.
Any idea who it is?
No.
All right, everybody, go outside and ground.
Like I
Recharge.
honestly, holy
That's
cow,
crazy.
that was brutal. Like I had a big yawn and then I'm like, oh my God.
Wow.
So weird. I'm sorry. I can't tune into who it is either. I think it's somebody listening that's not commenting, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I can't tell who's listening and not commenting in.
Oh well.
Well, if you're listening, oh, it could probably be Chelsea then. Wow. Bless your heart. More power to you, Chelsea. My goodness, a
Yeah.
kid in grad
Please.
school, single mom of two, buying a house and going back to face teaching.
Yeah. Be very careful with your teaching. Please stay safe.
Yeah, that
That's a lot
here,
of
here locally, we've had teachers that tested positive.
yeah.
So please be safe. Yeah, there's a lot going on. March.
Yeah, for sure.
I wonder if with all this, if ever with all these kids being out,
What was that?
I don't know. I'm not even touching the table, and something moved over here. You heard it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was loud.
Yeah, I'm not even touching the table. I don't know what it was. Huh.
Who's a taller guy with glasses around Jamie?
Possibly his dad.
I was gonna ask. His dad did pass.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a book.
Like a reading book.
Like a reading book. The term never judge a book by its cover comes through, but he's very intent on showing you the meat and potatoes of the book. Write your own story. Do you know what? I don't know what that means, but
Like it comes from within. You still have your shadow guy, Margie? He doesn't. He's not meaning any harm for anybody. Have you tried to ask him to leave? Or is he just kind of hanging around?
sorry, Jamie, that's all I got on your dad. I don't know if that means anything.
It's his father-in-law was a big.
Father-in-law.
There we go. Margie, this is weird, but ask your shadow guide to go outside and watch over your garden. That's really weird, but that's just what.
No, it's good to get him out of the house.
Yeah, right? But I got. He needs to go outside to watch over the garden. She doesn't see it.
She's a character tonight, that Margie.
Oh, Chantel says her phone is randomly hitting emojis and she's not doing it. Wow. I can't pick up anything with you, Chantel, on that. But that's funny. Because, like, for me, I have to pull up my emojis for them to be on there. Who else has trouble with electronics that we know of? We know somebody,
Me.
Tina. Oh, Tina Marie. Also, like watches and
Batteries.
batteries. Yeah, she has trouble with
Yeah,
that.
watches, batteries. Who's that?
Hi,
Who does?
James. Tina Marie Ronan.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Like even my cell phone batteries don't last more than a year before I've got to replace them or before
Really?
they drain really fast. Yeah.
Salt or popcorn? I don't understand what Margie's asking there.
Oh, me neither.
But I put salt on my popcorn and butter.
Yeah, lots of butter. Mm, now I want some of that. I ate dinner early.
James, do you have an investigation coming up in the near future? Because I'm getting that you need to be careful.
Ooh.
I don't necessarily know that it's just like a caution sign.
Like a house investigation?
He said he does.
There you go.
Just be careful. Hi, Sarah. James, if you when you do that, if you need me, I'm just a phone call away. And he's alone right now doing it. Okay. Sarah, we were doing readings, but we're getting ready to go off so that
Mhm.
guys can come on and eat their nasty crap. I can't remember what the other two are eating, but I know that Jay is eating Twizzlers and canned cheese, squeezed cheese.
Spray cheese. Ugh,
Yeah.
so gross.
Well, most of the stuff that they eat is nasty.
True.
So, miss you too, Sarah. We were talking about you Saturday night when we were at Rhodes Hotel about the event that we did with you.
Mhm.
That was a
All
while.
right.
So we do
Should we
need to
jump off here and let the boys go on?
Yep. So stay tuned at 9 o'clock. The guys will be coming on, and the guys are stirring the pot, and they will be doing their nasty culinary with kudo stuff.
Mhm.
And hopefully we'll be back in about 2 weeks, give or take, after my surgery. So Friday, I'll take all good wishes and energy and positive vibes that you guys
Yep.
want to send me.
Lots of healing sent your way.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Yes.
And I'm sure Jay will be reporting on Facebook.
Rob wants to know if Jay's pregnant.
I don't
Twizzlers
think
and spray
so.
cheese.
I don't think so, but he eats weird stuff on this show.
Hi, Carrie.
So we will be signing off now. I'll see you guys in a couple weeks, and maybe if it's not me, it'll be Tina and Margie.
Yeah, we'll figure something out
We'll
for
figure
sure.
something out.
And then
Yeah.
when you're feeling better, maybe when you're feeling better, we'll come back on and we'll try to do readings again one night.
Yeah.
So you
If
just
I'm
take care of
okay,
yourself.
tell me what I'm gonna say or
That'd be
what
fun.
I'll do.
I'll take some medication too, and then we'll both be wonky.
Right? Lord. Have a good night, everybody.
Good
Thank
night. Thanks for
you.
tuning in.